Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room, and we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Reset! 19! 55! Target! 54! Check! Slam! Check 9!
Fourth franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Put that team on the buck. 59! That's it!
From the gun, here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Kenyon Barner, deep for Atlanta. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
A big run there by Freeman. 54 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Hey, switch gears. 51, down! Hey, 59, ready!
On 3rd down, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Brings up second and 39 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Watson. Being chased out left. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Watson. Johnson's got it complete. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
3 buzz.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
I'm going to hit you.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got you. To the card. 45 the mic.
To throw is Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. He finds his man Johnson. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And a good quarterback. Just a little bit of time to survey the scene. That's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson looking end zone, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
What's set? 218. I got it. Tight end left. Tight end left. 4 down. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 4 down.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A 7-yard pickup.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
Tighten up. Pull it together. 21. Check. Hey, zoom.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mike 41. You got to wedge that, huh? Not today, you won't. Not today. Check. Check out. Hey, Ridley. 41. Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan looking deep for Julio. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Down. Ready. All right, 25. I got one.
To throw again is Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
45. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Time to go.
On 2nd and 9, Watson, screenplay, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Watson looks to throw again. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Get in the weight room.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They toss to Freeman. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready, get ready, get ready. You better bring back. 51, South. Hey, Tuesday.
Here's Ryan. They complete it to Hill. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Bosher now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And now that one really widening up. The Bucs have just scored again. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Jones has it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan, they'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Ryan now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, Ryan. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He's looking for Ridley again. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Shift. Undercrush. You draw quarters. 51, Sam. 41, Mike. 41, go. Bring it.
Throwing again, Ryan. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The seasoned vet out of Penn State, Cameron Wake, in to drop him. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Mike 41. We've got to wedge that, huh?
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8.
I didn't worry about double-checking it, but the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot They're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now it's Watson, and an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On first down, Miller. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Watson. He may try and run. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now this throw caught left side. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Freeman again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Here's Ryan to throw. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Tavecchio good on the extra point. By the way, 3rd quarter now in Cincinnati as we take a look at the NFL scoreboard. And the Cardinals scoring again. They've got that one in cruise control. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Houston. And we've got a dandy here. 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. On 2nd and 9. Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Ryan. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. On 1st down, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
24, 55. Off. 55. Check, 55, Mike. 6-man.
To the air yet again, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down, Falcons.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. After the interception, here's Watson. He's letting this one go. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 42 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Second and 5 now. Watson dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Recon, 132 fighter. Wait. Hey, great plans.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. They'll run on first down. It's Miller. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. Few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a run with Hyde. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll run it again with Miller. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Here we go.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
This is it. 18. Check Mike. We got double tight. Hey, 4 down. Let him go.
Down to an knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Texans, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.